Hey, and this is the mini lesson for communication with online students. Basically, it's a little PDL that is going to probably be used for my module that I'm going to start tomorrow. So we're going to get right to it. So, what is online communication? Oops, let me go back. What is online communication? Online communication is communication that allows flexibility to interact across the world through technology. Those technologies could be on your laptop, computer, or anything. It's just communicating online. As for teachers in the classroom, it's communicating online with your students. If you're at work, it's communicating online with employees, not really getting up from your desk, but going on there and chatting with them online. That's a big thing right now. So that can be very effective and time saving. So by definition, that is what online communication is. We're going to move to the next slide to further delve into what online communication is and what it means as far as communicating with your students. So, email, chat. So, methods of communication: email, chat, apps, online forums, and social media. Those are probably the four main types of methods that you communicate or use for communication online. So, we're going to move forward and look at some of these methods of communication. So, there are four distinct goals that you probably want to accomplish when you are communicating online with your students. Goal number one, connect with your students. That's what communication is, connecting with your students online. So that's a major goal. You want to connect with your students. Goal number two, show interest in what they like. Get feedback from your students. Find out what your students like to do. You can interact with your students that way, and it'll make them feel like you're interested in something that they are interested in. Don't make it so that the course is just about learning. I mean, that it is primarily, but you want to be able to connect with them and make them feel like they're not just there as an act, just to do the learning piece. It's a social activity, so to speak. Goal three, keep them engaged. Communicating and engaging with your students online is major. Just like this PBL, you want to keep the students engaged, so try different activities to connect and engage in them, because students tend to get bored very, very quickly. And goal number four, doing all these things show that there's a teacher's presence within the classroom. So it's best to keep your presence known, so so the students know that you are present in their classroom and they can reach you. That's vital. We're going to move forward. So here on this slide, you have the benefits to online communication. Major benefit, one of the major benefits is you can do worldwide connectivity. You can connect anywhere. around the world as long as you have internet access or a telephone, even a smartphone. Um, Connecting online is more cost efficient compared to physically meeting in it. Sometimes you can't physically meet with your, well, if it's on an online class, you're not physically meeting with your students anyway. So, um, but you can connect with them, and it's very cost effective and efficient. And the third benefit is you can use a variety of devices to connect. We're talking about smartphones, iPads, tablets, laptops. Even some video game systems have cameras. Like the Xbox One has a camera, the PS4 has a camera, and they have applications where you can chat. So connecting online is very vital. But you can use various connecting devices. As long as you have an internet connection, you can connect with your students anywhere. So that's very vital. Now, oops, let me go back. And now there are some notable cons also. You had your pros in the previous slide. These are the cons. Sometimes it can be ineffective trying to connect with your students. Y'all just don't line up, or they just don't seem interested. And also, connecting can be time consuming and costly. In the grander scheme of things, they can be, but these two are probably not so much, I want to say, relevant as opposed to what the pros are with online communication. So we're going to take a different look at communication outlets. Okay, the first outlet is email. Email is a good way to communicate. It's not as efficient, but it is a good way to communicate. Now, if the teacher's online and sees the email come in from students and the teacher can get right back to the student, then yes, effectively and efficiently, you will get a response from the teacher. But most teachers, they really aren't on their emails all day, so I don't suggest email, but email is still a way to connect. So this is the second one. The second one is chat apps such as Google Hangouts or Skype. These are very effective, especially when you set up times to meet with your students so they can actually see your face and you can talk to them. I would highly recommend chat apps so they can put a name to the face and actually talk to you in real time. Online forums consist of discussion posts and reflective blogs where students and teachers can interact using different discussions and reflective blogs to interact with each other and see, have discussions, ideas, share information about what's going on in discussion. The reflective blogs could also share information about what the student thinks and things of that nature. So I think that's another effective way to communicate with your students. And last but not least, we have social media outlets. And this is a very big one. You know why? Because mostly all kids or students use social media at some point in time throughout the day. They're always on their phones. They're always on their smartphones. They're always on their laptops. Even at home on the laptops, whatever they social media. Social media is the big thing. But teachers can use social media to connect with their students too, give assignments, and talk through social media and get feedback through there that way too. So social media is very, very big, and it's becoming one way that teachers are using to connect with students outside the classroom, also so they can implement a DLP. Social media can technically be called a DLP, a digital project learning a DLP, a digital learning project. So very effective. So with that being said, everything that has been said or explained in this presentation creates teacher presence. Remember, I said teacher presence is very effective. So this, again, creates teacher's presence, and the kids are more likely to be willing to talk and everything and be engaged in the classroom because they know their teacher is there. And with all of that, at the end of the presentation, you achieve effective online communication engagements with your online students in the class. That's all, folks.